Hey, sala malongo, malongo sala. It's the tata from Palo Congo Taino. The way we live it in our Munanso, the way we live it on this finca, on this land. Well, we want to share with you the evolution of our gardens and things that we've been doing. I'll let the Yaji explain what's going on and what we've been doing for the past year. We did put some work on, to show the gardens last year. But since last year, things have kind of escalated. So we want to share that as we walk through the Munanso and we walk different places on the land.
Cuenda. This is the view coming out of one of the Munansos, coming out into the patio. And it's a beautiful June day. So we're coming out here into our forest Munanso garden. And we've got a lot of different plants. I'm not going to list all of them, but they range from things like aconite and hellebores to native, meaning native to this area, medicinal plants, just to highlight a few of them that we're real pleased with. There's some black cohosh, which is hard to see, but there's some black cohosh. There is, over here, this is golden seal, right there. It's a nice patch. It started out with one plant, and it's growing. And this is very important to us, just as one example of the many medicinal plants here that are also native to this area, because this golden seal and the ginseng was so over harvested it basically disappeared from the wild. So we're doing, one of our priorities is to reintroduce these to our space where we can protect them and we can allow them to grow and expand. Back over here, that's some black cohosh, and we're going to develop a large patch of that. Our spring flowers have already disappeared, as they do. Over here, this is wild ginger, and it spreads all over. It spreads right into the forest over there. And then we have various plants that are also important for the spirit for various different reasons. Here we have maidenhair fern. It's a very delicate, it looks very delicate, but it's very hardy. And coming through here, this is just the one space here. Over here we have things like the mountain laurel, which every year the deer come and eat when it snows. So it looks a little ragged. Many different plants, a lot of different ferns. We like to use a lot of ferns. We have some bamboo, patches of coral bells, more maidenhair fern. This is kind of our maidenhair fern nursery. We're going to develop a patch there. You can see some of the different Munansos. We're just going to pan through here. Right now the astilbe are flowering. You see them all over. They range from white to pink to lavender, kind of magenta. Here, this tree here actually goes through the Munanso. It's a black cherry, which is also medicinal. Another Munanso over here. And we have over here another tree going through another. We call this our center tree. Another black cherry. These are big old black cherry, old for black cherries. Black cherry's a tree that doesn't get very, very old. Over here we have some other really important trees that have become very important to us. Here's the sassafras. A lot of people will know the sassafras because of the three different shaped leaves. They have a three-pronged leaf, that looks a bit like a glove, a leaf that looks more like a mitten, and then just a regular kind of leaf, oval leaf. That's the sassafras. Here we have a black locust. We love the black locust. Not only does it have thorns, but its timber is one of the hardest in this whole area. Native tree, these are all native trees that I'm talking about here. one of the hardest timbers. It's kind of yellowish, and you can stick it in the ground and it's going to stay there 50 years. So that's a really long time. Here behind this little Munanso, we have a black walnut, a great medicine. It's one of the best medicines against parasites. So you can imagine how we tend to use that spiritually. It's also a hardwood. It's a beautiful wood. It's a valuable wood. There's another black walnut here. And there's vines. There's a lot of grapevine. We call it fox grapes. They're little wild grapes. We have in here black raspberry, pokeweed, and here is another native tree. It's just a small sapling. It's a very beautiful one. It's the big leaf magnolia, which we brought in here, but this is another native tree to this area. It's got these beautiful big leaves. So here we are, getting a closer up look here. And this little shrub here is very important here to us. This is the elderberry. And the elderberry came to us as a gift from Mother Earth, a gift from Atabe, because we didn't have elderberries here, and they do get spread around by the birds that eat them. It is a native plant here, is Sambucus, and right now the elder's flowering. And these flowers we gather. They're great for teas, and we make a tincture because it's a good flower for colds and flus in the winter. And then over the next 2 months, these flowers are going to turn to the black elderberries that we also gather, and we also use medicinally. And we use these spiritually as well.